You were sick, delusional.
This is a very I'ma cock my nine, mother. I'ma cock my nine. I'ma cock my nine. I'ma cock my nine, mother. I'ma cock my nine.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Contest to Speed. I am Red Devil, and tonight we're here for the AM3 Championship in Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. Like I said, I'm Red Devil, and I'm joined by special guest Formula Kai. Hey, Formula Kai, how you doing?
Hello, Red Devil. Good, you?
I'm doing good, thanks. Looks like we have a dry qualifying session, so should be fun. Always
Yeah.
fun to race at Spa.
Yeah. A great track with a lot of history. It's going to be exciting. Lots of strategies possible here as well. It's
Yeah.
going to be great racing tonight.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of history, like you said, some unfortunate incidents too. Uh, and yeah, had some epic races here on the game as well as what we see in real life. So yeah, can't wait for this qualifying session. AM3, always a close battle. So hopefully we can see some good action tonight as well.
Hell yeah.
Let's see, what's the weather like?
I believe we
Sorry.
have already people heading out on track.
And looks like we have just you know, overcast weather for the entire session, so we should be good. Let me enable some telemetry and stuff like that to be able to. And Rob's boy has left the session immediately. Do you have him and can you add him in back in?
I give me a sec. Rob's boy. Yep, I got him.
Awesome. Uh,
Gotcha, man.
hopefully he can get back in. Looks like a Mercedes is leading. So we'll go on board, stay on board with them for the first lap. What do you expect the pole times to be around for AM3?
I would say maybe mid to a low 42s.
Mm-hmm.
I
Low
believe we're gonna see
42s?
some fast times today. Yeah.
I would say somewhere in the 43s or high 42s, I think, for these drivers. Maybe a couple of them might get it into the low 42s. We'll see. Uh, yeah. Let's see some circuit info. 19 turns with two DRS zones, if I'm not mistaken. Top speed of about 210 miles per hour for our Americans and 338 kilometers per hour for our EU contingent. So low downforce track typically. About decent tire wear on this track. So we'll see how it goes. We'll go on board with ASAP Locky for that first lap.
Yeah,
Going
man.
up into turn one, is it Losos, I think?
Yeah, that's source. I
Very
remember the last start with this sword. The exit at this corner is going to be crucial because it's going to affect our top speed down the entire straight.
Let's see what top speeds he can pull though. Going in to the first sector, maybe 335, something like that. 332. Going into Lacombe, I think.
Nice.
567. Fifth gear. Easy to run wide in there into the gravel.
Yeah.
Coming up into, I want to say this is Ravage, I think, or oh no, this is No Name or
That
Jackie
was a
X.
no name.
Yeah,
Yeah. Puon
Puan.
coming up,
Yeah, one of my
which was
favorite.
flat this year, by the way.
Yeah, at least in
Oh,
qualifying.
small lift sometimes. Yeah. We have to wait for the track to warm up.
12, 13, and 14. I think Campus, I believe. At least 14
Yep.
is Campus. And then you get up to Stavolo, turn 15. I've onto
Oh,
the
running a little
gravel.
bit wide there. Very easy to go wide there.
Yeah, this year I don't know. I always keep locking up there into that corner. Not my favorite this year, but usually been good. Going up into the bus stop chicane, easy to lose the car on the exit of the final corner sometimes. Goes down to second, very limited amount of ERS left, and it's a 144.6 for
So,
ASAP Loggy.
yeah, good benchmark.
See who's next. McRib is about to cross the line with a 146.0. Uh, let's see here. Who's looks like an Alpine is about to cross the line. Now M1K actually goes back into the pits. Sean Boy goes 44.5. Provisional pole. Let's
Yeah, I
see.
believe you're right. We're gonna be into the 43s before the end of the session.
And his Sean Boy teammate BK
Oh,
43.6. Provisional pole over a second. It's a fantastic lap for him.
not bad, not bad. And that is a really good banker. Now he has very good starting point for his next two laps.
Yeah, for sure. Surazzle puts a 45.0. Let's actually go on board with Speedy Bullet. Says purple middle sector 15.8. So we'll see how it goes going through. I think it's Blanchimont going into the bus stop chicane for the Alpine driver, last season's constructor champion. Still has 44% of the ERS left, so maybe a little bit more optimization required from him, but he puts it up into P2 with a 44.3. Matthew Roach has invalidated his lap. I believe Sean Boy is the one behind him, I think. No. Uh,
Yeah, lots of changes to the track this year. Lots of curves changed. Few of the corners where the elevation is different this year as well. So
hmm.
lots of getting used to for all of the drivers.
As Katya puts P3, very close to Speedy Bullet with a 44.3. Still nowhere close to BK though. Still almost 8 tenths, 7 tenths separating the top two.
Still the man to beat.
Who's up next to cross the line? I think everybody's heading back into the pit. Maybe Krev or no, one of the McLarens. On
Yeah,
probably Paulin Hell or Entree. Entree's actually done with his lap. Looks like
yeah.
he's
Paul and Hell's about to start his lap.
Gustavo, I think, is probably the next to cross the line, going through Blanchimont right now into the bus stop chicane. He has his deployment completely used up, so might not be the most optimal finish to the lap, but it is still a 146.4 enough for P11. Next up,
Yeah, interesting to note for Gustavo. He has 2 laps done. Maybe did an extra out lap to get the tires up to temperature. Do
maybe.
you think we will see more of that strategy from
I
the
don't
rest of
know.
the grid?
I don't know. Like I think this is a big enough circuit to do one outlap. Like I think I was able to get my tires warmed up when I did like a couple of laps. At least I've been told. Haven't done much running on this track, so I feel like it should be enough. But I don't know. 75 is 80 degrees, at least Celsius on them. I think that should be a good
Yeah.
enough temperature for the C force, if I'm not mistaken, for this one.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. As we look at Paul and Hell, he still has a lot of his battery deployment left. I don't know if he's using or not. Maybe he's just forgotten to change it from medium to like hot lap or something.
Hmm.
Not too sure. It doesn't look like it
Yeah,
is
quite
raining.
unusual.
Yeah. Maybe he is doing that double out lap or something like that.
Yeah, possible.
See what his
Oh, there
lap
he goes. Yeah, I think he is.
See what his time
Yeah.
is. 144.9. Enough for P7. So if he probably used that ERS a little bit, he could have probably been in the 143s along with BK. Who knows?
Yeah. BK still the man to beat on track.
One driver who can beat him is Alpine of M1K. He's certainly one of the fastest, if not the fastest in qualifying trim at least in this tier. He's about to uh, go into the bus stop through Blanchimont. He has his deployment used already, so again, not going to be the most optimal run to the line. About to cross the line here for M1K. Yep, like I
So,
said, another driver in the
in the high.
143.
Nice.
It's interesting looking at the strategy of the ERS management, though. Like, I- this is a very long circuit, easy to, uh, you know, run out of ERS. What would you say the optimal strategy is for the ERS deployment for these drivers tonight?
I think in the middle sector where you are not making use of the full throttle is
Mm-hmm.
probably where driver skill is going to make a big difference. The ERS management, knowing when to maybe tone it down
Mm-hmm.
from hot lap and using overtake to maintain the momentum through those twisty bits. I think that's what's going to make a difference from a good lap and a great lap.
Yeah, for sure. Those, like you said, the middle sector is pretty crucial, and you need to play around with your ERS modes. Like we're seeing Tin Man here, he still has plenty of his deployment left. 58%. Although he's depleting his per lap deployment, he still has a lot of battery for that final corner. See what the Ferrari, the championship challenger, if you will, can put up here. It's going to be a 145.7 P12.
And three drivers who still have not put up a time yet: Crevham, Robsboy, and Matthew.
I don't know if Rob's boy is in. He says he's gonna reset his internet, so maybe he might be a little bit late. So we'll see how it
Well, that's
goes.
the first challenge.
Yeah, for sure. As we see ASAP Loggy about to cross the line here. Can he challenge for pole? No. 144.3 takes him up to P4.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad lap. Earlier on, we saw Paul in Hell, I think, who wasn't using much of his ERS. He looks like he's 3/10 up going through the first sector. Let's see what his time is in the middle. He is up by 3/10 again and has a little bit of battery left, so maybe this is going to be somewhere close to 145.3s, challenging that mid pack. Coming up through Blanchimont into the bus stop chicane. Going down to second. Going up to third, fourth. Completes its deployment usage. 144.6.
And up
P.
to eighth. Very good.
Let's see, who else is on a lap here? Jay's about to start one. Surazzle is 2 seconds down on his time. So he's
Oh,
probably not on a push lap.
Matthew is on his lap.
All right, let's go on board with the Kick Sauber driver. Going up into Brussels or Rivage, I think that's called.
Yeah, Bruxelles, yeah.
Yeah.
And now No Name, heading up to Pouan now.
Some of these corners have multiple names. It's so hard to remember.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's quite a few of them.
Yeah, Brussels and Rivage are the same corner. Pouan, or sorry, No Name or Jackie X, I believe it's rebranded to. Yeah, it's so hard. But, sometimes as a commentator, you gotta
Yeah, it's
work.
part of the homework, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I made my notes, but sometimes you just can't remember it when you need it.
Yeah.
But oh well. Matthew Roach about to go through Blanchimont right now, completes his deployment usage again. Going up into the bus stop chicane. Maybe a little bit of tow from his teammates Razzle there up at the front. He goes into the pits, but Matthew is continuing on with his lap. And about to cross the line here, 146.1 takes him up to P15.
Solid lap there. And
Let's see who's on. Mr. Bo is on a hot lap, but looks like he went off the track a little bit. No, is he on a hot lap?
Tin Man is on in a hot lap right now.
Let's go on board with him. 9/10 up through the middle sector. Going into the bus stop chicane. Coming out of the final corner. Looks like a good exit there. 144.8 for Tin Man. Just, I think, one place improvement, though, for him.
Yeah.
Mr. Bo going off into the gravel there. Makes contact with the wall. Not the most ideal way to do your qualifying lap. Let's see if Krev can improve on his time, or at least set a time. Coming up into the bus stop chicane for the Haas.
Oof. Easy to lose the back end there.
Yeah, not looking like the best times though. 148.1, only P18, 2 seconds off the entire grid here.
Now everybody's going to be heading out on track with about 2 minutes left. This is the time where the track is at its warmest, its fastest. What do you think the best time what we're going to see? What's going to be the pole time
Uh,
today, Devil?
I think BK can get somewhere close to a 140, low 143s. 142 might be a stretch, but I mean you can't discount the two-time AM3 champion. So although he has turned his lion off this season, he's still a force to be reckoned with. So I wouldn't discount BK nor M1K though. Katya is still to show her true pace, championship leader in the RB. So, you know, we could have a 4-5A battle for that pole position.
Yeah.
As Sweens is about to cross the line. I think it's a 3/10 improvement there. So it's going to be a 44.9 P10 for the weak carb. Not bad. So
Now here comes N1K about to start his lap.
all right, we'll go on
Final
board.
run.
We'll go on board with him. Do you want to take us through M1K's final run here?
All right, down to turn one. Braking at 100. You got to get the car rotated beautifully so you can get back on the power early. Because, like I said, your top speed is going to be affected by how well you tackle that exit. Through Radion, Eau Rouge, or is it Eau Rouge and then Radion first? Doesn't matter. DRS open, 215 kph, down the Camel straight. Now, Sector 2, you got to keep a very tight line here. Very easy to invalidate on the first corner, on the entry. Oh, getting very, very loosey-goosey out there. And out of yeah, the names. Lecombe, yes,
Lecombe,
and into
Lecombe.
Bruxelles. Yeah. Now you gotta keep it tight here and into no name. Easy to clip the inside curb and then lose the car. Two Puan. Is he gonna be able to take it flat? Oh, just a small lift, but managed to not invalidate. Beautiful speed. Now getting close to campus. Now this year, I think the curves are super treacherous. Like if you attack it wrong, you will it's gonna spit you out, and your lap, you can say bye bye to your lap. And yeah, good exit out of there as well, out of Stavelo and into Blanchiment. This is where you make use of all the ERS that you have left. Well, not quite. You leave some bit a little bit out of the bus stop chicane, and looking at his time right here, I think it's gonna be pretty close to BK's time.
Think
And
he
out
might
of the
challenge.
final corner, it is going to be a 143.4. Not bad, not bad.
Let's see what BK can do though in response. Katya, meanwhile, goes to P2 with a 43.4. BK going up into the middle sector through Puan now into campus. Like Kai said, very easy to get loosey goosey on here. Coming up into the middle sector split. It's going to be 3/10 up on his time, though. Looks to be a pole position here for BK, unless he messes up into going into the bus stop. But we all know BK, he is the Mr. Perfectionist. So can he get that pole position for the Belgian Grand Prix? Up into the final corner through the bus stop, and he loses it. Oh no, I've jinxed him.
Oh no.
But he
The
still
commentator curse.
he still keeps the car though. No.
No. He's a little unhappy. Understandably.
Oh, BK, don't not watch the replay.
We had nothing to do with that.
Let's see if Paul in Hell can challenge here for pole position, or can improve basically. Coming up to the final corner for Paul in Hell, it is P4. A great lap from the McLaren,
Very good.
and that is qualifying. A fantastic end to qualifying there. Some
Yeah.
interesting things happening. M1K with pole
Uh,
position. BK looks like he had it, but well, if you make a mistake, you're not gonna get it.
Now, Devil, don't let this distract you from the fact that M1K in P1 has 0 purple sectors. He does not have the
Wow.
fastest sector anywhere, but he still got pull time.
Can you invite Rob's boy back in?
Yep, I've already sent the invitation. I'll send another one.
Okay, thank you. Uh, as we go through qualifying here, qualifying order for tonight. M1K in pole position with Katya in P2. BK in P3 with Paul in Hell 4, ASAP 5, Sean Boy 6, Surazzle 7, Speedy 8, Hysteria 9, Sweens 10, Tin Men, with J, McRib, Mr. Bow, Electric Entree, Matthew, Gustavo, Crevham, and then last Rob's Boy making up the grid.
16,000 between Katsia and M1K.
That is
That
crazy.
is a crazy margin.
Yeah. I've just realized I am not running RLT, so let me quickly enable that before we head into the race so we can get these guys, we can record the race basically. Who do you think is going to win this one? Do you think M1K can hold this position to get that race win?
It is a tough one, but I believe from his performance in Canada, I think M1K has a decent shot at the win. But I think it's going to come down to strategy. Who is going to have the most optimal strategy?
What do you think the best tire is to start on? Not divulging too much information for our race. Uh, if you want to give any insights to these drivers, what would you say you would do? Or possible two
Well,
options. So let me put it that way.
I think starting the first stint is not that important, but
Hmm.
the best tire to be on is
Well,
definitely the
five
C3
red
compound.
lights, and away we go. Sorry about that. Sorry to cut you off there, but
Oh,
we
good.
did start. So, oh, BK getting a little bit loosey-goosey there at the start. Big collision with ASAP Loggy. Let's see if BK has any damage though. Hopefully not. Everybody else getting off really well, I think. No real incidents there going into turn one, except for BK. Looks like his yeah, no damage, visible damage on his car, so he should be good. He's all over the grass though, being pushed out wide. He is down in P4 at the moment. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's look at the tires. A mix of medium and softs with only M1K starting on the
Oh,
hard tire.
that is interesting.
Hmm, that is interesting. He will have the best tires for the end of the race, though, in my opinion.
Ooh, multiple drivers going wide into Puan. Very challenging with race fuel.
A lot of battling going on here, especially at the back of the grid. Especially going through Puan there. But oh, looks like we have Rob's boy there off into the gravel. Unfortunately, he's able to keep up his position. Sean boy dropping down a little bit as BK makes the move on ASAP Loggy. He's now back up into P3.
Oh, a bit of rubbing into Blanchimont. Oh, and the Haas car of Crevham into the gravel.
Ooh, that is unfortunate. What do you think happened there? Was it just battling or a
I
mistake?
think the inside curb
Oh,
got him.
ASAP Loggy is round, going into turn one and possibly a contact with BK, and a questionable rejoin as well. We'll save that replay up if we can get it. But he's now down into P13, unfortunately for him.
Everybody's being super aggressive right on the opening lap.
And that's how we love it as Speedy Bullet makes a move on Surazzle up into P5. Top three still everybody's actually within that DRS up until P14, I think. No, actually, P16, everybody's in a DRS train. That is amazing to see. Everybody going still single file here. Sean Boy is losing a lot of positions. Does he have damage on? Yes. He has no left end plate, unfortunately for him, and he's dropping all the way down to P14. Going back up, still everybody running really close to each other. The top four, top eight, I should say, top nine.
Yeah. small gap creating between the Aston of Hysteria and White J in the Ferrari.
Maybe those soft tires are, they do wear out pretty quickly. So M1K, as you can see, setting the fastest lap, although it is beaten by
Oh,
Speedy Bullet.
I believe that's Sean Boy into the pits.
Possibly to repair his front wing. Uh,
Yeah, that's right.
Unfortunate for the Red Bull, but we might see a change of lead here, possibly a double overtake incoming as Katya and BK overtake M1K for that 1-2. Paul and Hell dropping back a little bit from the top three as we take a look at the replay of what happened between ASAP Logi and BK. As you can see, oh, it wasn't BK actually, it was Katya that took out ASAP Logi there. So maybe a incident post race. We shall see. These drivers doing particularly well to stay within each other as Matthew Roach gets his first, as we see the first time penalty of the session for Matthew Roach. Or actually, the second. Rob's Boy has a penalty as well, unfortunately. M1K dropping back a little bit on those on those hard tires, but it's still within the DRS though, so not completely lost for him. His tires are going to come into play. Possibly, where do you think the cutover point is for those hards to the mediums?
I think after about 6 or 7 laps, they should be on about equal performance.
Yeah. What lap do you think M1K would choose to pit though? Because he's probably the only one who's going to be out of sync with everybody, and especially DRS plus undercut is very powerful on this game. So yeah, it would be an interesting to see if he pits the same time as these guys on the mediums, as BK
Yeah.
now takes the lead. Yeah, like I said, and undercut is pretty powerful in this game.
Interesting to see whether the top two are going to go for maybe a medium soft strategy, or are they going to jump onto the hards early and kind of create a little train of two cars so that they can pull away from the rest of the field. Have to wait and see. Because the mediums can go for a very long time here.
As Katya actually overtakes BK going into
The Puan.
Puan. So not sure. I think it was a mistake there. M1K trying to capitalize as well. As we see Electric Entree, I think, in the gravel. Uh, which corner is that? Jackie X, I think, going
Oh,
into Puhan.
there's a virtual safety car.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I think he might be missing part of his wing. Yep, there he has no wing there, unfortunately. Will the soft runners choose to pit and take the hards to the end of the race now? That's a good question, isn't
That
it?
is a good question. Yeah.
Yeah. It will
I
be
think it'll be a
interesting to see.
very bold strategy.
Oh,
But
as I
as the
said,
VSC already comes in.
we still
Now,
yeah.
commentator's curse is definitely not a thing. That's not.
Oh, Entree's possibly bended again, I think. I don't know. We did see a little bit yellows, but we're all green now. Top eight still within DRS of each other.
Yeah.
Possibly another exchange of the lead coming up between Katya and M1K as Paul and Hell is now out of that DRS.
But we should see the soft runners starting to struggle now. The
Yeah.
mediums becoming just as fast or even faster now.
Yeah, for sure. I think the mediums are the tire to be on right at this stage of the race. Possibly even the hards are better than those softs. Questionable, but you know, it is possible. At least we're getting close to the. Oh, have I left the session?
Oh.
I think I have because everybody. on my screen saying they've left the session.
Yeah, for me as well.
Oh, really?
Says a lot of people have left.
Huh.
Hmm.
I'm not sure what's happening here, folks. Bear with us for a moment as am I in this race or what?
Quite a few cars are ghosted right now.
Yeah, for me as well. Uh, not sure. Yeah, I think a lot of drivers got kicked. Yeah, unfortunately, this could be a lobby glitch, ladies and gentlemen. Um, we'll see here because I see plenty of drivers are ghosted on my screen, and you can't invite me back into the lobby, right?
I'm gonna try.
Let's see if I can invite you back into this lobby. I don't know. Yeah, it says I got a request, so let's see if I can get into that lobby. Not too sure. Hang on a second, ladies and gentlemen. Or is it a case where I'm in the lobby, but others are not? Yeah, I'm not getting any. Uh, yeah, I think we probably might have to. Yeah, I think it's a lobby crash, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to actually go into a little bit of an intermission break here to see what's the best outcome possible. Bear with us. We'll be right back in a few minutes' time. We'll update you in the chat if possible. Do stick around though. Also, if you wanted to join the community, I think exclamation mark Discord on uh, the chat here. Let me just do that for you guys. Make sure you get in, be a part of this community. Yeah, bear with us a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see what's the best outcome. Be right back.
I'ma cock my nine and I'm up. out there, check out this dope shit, man. Payers every day, we getting paid. Another day, another dollar living in the bay. Hustling for my baby, trying to play in my escape. I ain't staying in the matrix where they trying to get my papers. Payers every day, we getting paid. Another day, another dollar living in the bay. Hustling for my baby, trying to play in my escape. I ain't staying in the matrix where they trying to get my papers. ce qui m'arrive, qu'est-ce que je représente, qui je suis, putain. Va falloir que je me lève, que je recommence à zéro. C'est bon comme ça que ça se termine. Une balle dans la tête, deux balles dans le ventre. Mais putain, faut que je me relève, que je me casse. Comment je vais pouvoir me sortir de là?
Hello, everybody. Sorry for that delay, but we are back for the race here in Spa Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix in AM3. We had a lobby glitch, unfortunately. Almost all the drivers were just kicked out, so it is what it is. But we're back. We've got the grid lined up and ready to go. So yeah, hopefully we can get as much action as we were getting in those 5 laps that we did before as we take a look at the weather. Hopefully soon we can get an update on the weather here. Also, cost bets is live, so place your bets before the time runs out. We have number of DNFs over or under 4.5. So yeah, make sure to place your bets in as we are 5 red lights, and away we go for take two of this Belgian Grand Prix. And we have wings flying over at the back here, but good start from the top three. Looks like an interesting choice between tires, though. People have changed their approach to this race. As we see, the
Yeah.
conditions are going to remain overcast. Good start from everybody. Let's go down the grid here a little bit. Mm, an incident between Krev and Tin Man the Rowdy. Tin Man is now down in P18, unfortunately.
Ooh, a little bit of contact between BK and N1K. Now, interesting to note, M1K was on the hards. He's now on the mediums.
Yep,
And ASAP Loggy, I think he picked up the hards.
uh, so in the first run that we did, I think M1K was the only one on the hards. Now it is ASAP Loggy. Interesting switch up there from these drivers. Razzle and Hysteria also starting on the soft tires are up to P4 and 5. So good start from the Kicksauber and the Aston Martin. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we have damage on the Ferrari of Tin Man Rowdy missing right end plate though. Unfortunately for the Ferrari, he is down in P17.
I think Mr. Bow, a little bit of damage on his left wing. Very minor, but
Yeah, right wing rather, I think.
oh yes,
Yeah, minor damage on the right wing,
you
unfortunately.
are
But
correct. Oh, that
oh,
is another front wing end plate flying off.
that is unfortunate for him. As we see a
Yeah, it's
lot of
very, very trash. Oh,
Surazzle. Unfortunate for the kick Sauber, he is missing a left end play. Oh,
oh,
what is happening there at the back? Surazzle getting sandwiched.
massive sandwich.
We got a little bit of glimpse of that in the background. Oh my God, unfortunate. He had a really good start of the race. Now he's down. Entree is still not having a good time. Back in P15. As we take a look, BK is now the leader of the race. Going into that replay there.
Oh, got Matthew and Sweens going side by side
As we take a look at
through
that
Lecombe.
replay, sorry about that. We see Razzle getting a sandwich there, unfortunately for him.
Completely squeezed.
Yeah, as
Yeah,
Matt.
it's super dangerous when the pack. Sorry, Devil. When the pack
Mhm.
just bunches up into a heavy braking zone.
Yeah, especially now that people saw what they're doing on their first run. Now everybody's trying to play mind games with each other. Brilliant to see. You know, I don't know what. I don't know who changed what in terms of the tires, in terms of the setup, maybe. But yeah, it's all to play for here in Spa. Gotta love it. Oh, we have another yellows though. I think it's probably Mr. Bow here again. Unfortunately for him, top three still going safe and sound. Actually, top six all within that DRS, and then a gap to the first hard runner of ASAP Loggy. Speedy Bullet says
Yeah,
the fastest lap.
struggling a little bit.
Yeah, I think if he can work with Jay or somebody, he can get back into that DRS maybe as the race goes on. But he shouldn't lose more time. I think he probably should catch up to Paul in Hell sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
As we see the top five, will we see a change of the lead? M1K close enough to Katya. Katya not so close to BK. BK keeps the lead going into turn one. Possibly a little bit more downforce, or less downforce, more straight line speed added for these drivers in
Oh,
the break. Rob's boy making,
getting pretty scrappy out there.
yeah, Rob's boy making a full use of the lobby glitch. He's now up into P10. Started, I think P18.
So that's the first challenge.
Yeah, gotta love those. So satisfying when you get to the podium or a victory like that. I've never
Who knows?
I've never done it. I think I don't
Maybe with a
remember.
little safety car.
Yeah, maybe not in an official league race. Probably done it in some kind of friendly competition. Uh, oh well, maybe soon.
Yeah, remember Saudi? I think
S-
that was
uh,
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that was a hell of a.
we didn't have a full grid, so you know.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate again. But if you want to sign up, anybody in the chat,
Yeah,
uh, you
exactly.
know, we'd love to welcome you. AM1, we are still looking for drivers. We still have great competition there. Like, it's so close between some of the drivers up there in AM1. So yeah, feel free to get in on the action. And if you're not up to AM1 pace, that's fine. You still see here, there's still a couple of spots left. So come in, join the fun here. It's looking like a pretty good scrap out here as well. So we might see a change for in the lead here. Finally, Katya making that move on BK, going up to P1. Will M1K follow suit? No, he's a little bit too far back. Looking at the tires there, in the top five, Hysteria is the only one on those softs, and it's looking like they've reached that cutoff point, and Hysteria is looking like they're dropping back a little bit from the top three. Speedy Bullet is all over the back of the Aston.
Yeah, those mediums like fully kicked in.
Yep, in optimal temperature right now. Are those mediums. I don't know. I don't know if the softs overheat on this track. I've never done it, so might be causing issues. We can actually check that. What's the car info looking like for Hysteria? Yeah, surface temperatures, especially on those, or the inside temperatures, actually not too bad. 90 on the rear, so not not too bad, I would say. See here, some battles at the back of the grid. Tin Man actually making some moves without that end plate, a missing end plate, is back up into P12. Katya sets the fast lap, 146.4, almost a second over BK. BK, did he have a moment though?
I
He
think they
was,
had a little bit of contact going to the bus stop.
ah, interesting. Uh, uh,
Hysteria dropping out of the DRS. The top three starting to pull away, building a pretty decent gap here.
yeah, Hysteria's tires probably 4 laps in are going to be,
Yeah, they're
pretty
starting
much.
to struggle.
Yeah, as Speedy B makes an easy pass on the Aston up into B4. But he's lost a lot of time in that process, though. He's lost about 2 seconds. He has a lot to catch up to the top three. Hopefully, he has some ERS left. Let's see what his ERS levels look like.
It's got a healthy amount.
Okay, cool. Yep, not too bad. Hopefully, he is cutting that gap down, though. 1.6
Yeah.
now, so maybe he'll be able to catch up before the bus stop. ASAP Loggy still battling it out with Witjay on those hard tires. Looks like possibly those weren't the best tire to start on, as he's now fallen back to about 8 seconds, maybe behind the leader Katya at this point. Will take a hell of a lot of effort to come back from here for ASAP.
Yeah. Even 10 seconds, even.
Yeah, possibly. As we look at the weather here, still overcast with only 18% chance of rain. So yeah, not looking like there's going to be any
Oh!
Oh,
And ASAP Loggy goes around in the bus stop.
taking too much of the curb there. Oh, as
And Paul and L as well following through.
that is unfortunate for the McLaren and the Mercedes. And as we look back here,
Paul and L said he saw ASAP Loggy and he's like, no, no, I'll do you one better. Here's how you do it.
yeah, I remember doing a race where we're about to cross the line and the leader spun right out of the bus stop, and I did the same thing in an open lobby. So yeah,
You got inspired.
yeah. I think it's in the Cos Awesome Footage channel as well. You know, if you were there, you would have probably made a meme about it.
Yeah, hopefully it would have.
As we see the top three still going strong, as Speedy Bullet unable to catch up. Not too many battles here on track, except for this mid pack behind Rob's Boy and McRib. Battle for P8.
Speedy is doing good work though. He's managing to stay within that 2 second window. So maybe with a daring strategy, with an undercut, he could get back in the DRS and actually maybe fight for the win.
Yeah, undercut is pretty strong though. As BK slightly dipped out of that DRS, but is looks like he's back with that with a little bit of help from the battery. I think M1K now is the leader of this race. Speedy Bullet, Hysteria still in this fight, I think. Yeah, he's what would be the best strategy for Hysteria though at this point? Maybe going in on the hard at the end of this lap or next and get that undercut.
Yeah, maybe in the hopes of getting back at the leaders later,
Hmm.
or try to stretch those softs and maybe go for the mediums because the medium tire is the tire to be on. Trust me, the
Hmm.
C3 is godlike.
Yeah, C3 is the best. Like, uh, you get decent. I mean, not decent. It's pretty good. The tire life's pretty good. Plus, you get really good pace out of those tires as well. So, in my
Yeah,
opinion, the best race tire. Although the C4s are probably not that great, especially on this track. C5s, you should never touch them. Like,
yeah, the
yeah,
softs they just explode after 3 or 4 laps.
yeah. Especially,
Especially with the overheating problems that
hmm.
we have with this year's game.
Yep. It's so easy
I
to,
wouldn't touch them.
yeah. It's so easy to, like, even if you run max pressures, it's so easy to get over that optimal temperature.
Yeah,
That's where I think, real skills come into play. Not,
yeah, the management in the
yeah.
middle of the race.
Yep. It's crucial.
But I think that's what the top three is doing very well. Like they're keeping
Hmm.
it inside that operating window. But if you look at the onboard sometimes from them, they go down to non-mode for the battery deployment.
Hmm.
And I believe part of that is that one recover more battery, but also I think it generates less heat for the tires.
Yep. Yeah, I think playing around with that hot lap, medium and none is so crucial,
Yeah.
especially in the race. Yeah, Katya, as we see here, is on hot lap. We can see M1Ks though. BK is also on hot lap mode and
Mhm.
disables it pretty quite early. Right a
Yeah,
few
right before Lecombe.
yeah few meters before the braking zone. I think I would say. Rob's boy has been able to catch up to ASAP Logi. If you recall, he did have a spin a few laps ago, and Rob's boy has been able to catch up behind the Mercedes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, ASAP going pretty wide into what is that corner again?
Uh,
Bruxelles. Yes.
yeah, Brooks or Rivage, I think. Rivage,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I think yeah,
It
it's
got
also called
renamed
Rivage.
recently, no?
Yep, I think so.
Okay.
Yep, going into Puan. Yeah, I think in the race, Puan is probably not flat out, at least not in seventh gear. At least in my setup. I don't know about yours.
Guess we'll find out on Thursday.
Mind games. Am I just playing you? Am I not? Who knows? But we'll focus on these guys. We'll worry about.
Yeah, let's focus on the AM3 guys for now.
Yeah, we don't
And
want
girl.
girl. Yes, as Katya tries to make the move down the going into Lassos, but thinks better of it. But top three all within 5 tenths. I want to say 6 tenths of each other, or 6 tenths
Yeah.
the gap between M1K and BK at the moment.
Oh, and Hysteria goes into the grass out of turn one.
Ooh. Yeah, that's soft, so yeah, it
Yeah,
gotta
those
be
softs.
pitting at this point. As
I think
we,
lap 9 is pretty much where the pit window opens for the softs.
yep,
But to
yeah, lap
make it
nine.
to the end, yeah, but to make it to the end on the mediums is going to take some management
Yep.
because it is a pretty long second stint.
Yeah, I think 22 laps, so about 12, 13 laps. I think on those mediums might be pushing it a little.
Yeah.
Would you take the hards though? If you were Hysteria at this point, uh, that
I
could be.
think I think I would.
Yeah,
Honestly, I would.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, oh, as we see, ASAP Loggy and Rob's boy battling it out there. Sorry,
Side by side through Puon. Oh, that's what we love to see.
uh, VSC Paul and L looking to capitalize here. Oh,
Oh
but
yeah, he's
yeah,
right behind him, waiting for the right moment to pounce. He's got a
yeah,
full battery. He's just waiting for the right moment.
yeah. He's like the apex predator, waiting to strike. But Rob's boy or ASAP Loggy has been able to pull up, as we see, M1K actually
Oh,
going to the
M1K, the
pits.
first one. Yeah.
Yep, I think Hysteria should follow as well. The BK and
Nope. Stays out.
oh, that is actually interesting. Let's see what their tires are looking at. Like
Oh,
35 on the fronts, 39 on the front left, 32 on the rear. So when you compare that to Katya, only 20 and 25s on the rear, and
yeah.
BK almost similar, possibly a little higher front wear than Katya at this point, or front right at least. But not too bad. Pretty even, I would say, for the top two. M1K is probably gonna get a good undercut though, especially if he catches with Jay in like a lap and a half. He can use that DRS to really capitalize. Oh,
Now the question is, what strategies are P1 and P2 gonna go for? Is BK and Katsia gonna go onto the hards and try to catch up to M1K, or maybe go long on the mediums and go onto the softs later on?
yeah, it's an interesting one. Like I think in this year's game, you have to be in the train with somebody. You got to be working together
Yeah.
for me.
By yourself,
Yeah,
it's slow. It's
yeah,
very hard.
yep. Especially like I mean, I think we saw it in one of the races in AM1. Like since we got out of the DRS, we're basically the gap wasn't it was always the same, or maybe you were pulling off away a little bit, but it was essentially the same. But with
Hmm.
the DRS, we were able to pull away from everybody so quickly. So
Yeah.
DRS is king in my opinion. As BK
Oh,
goes into the pits for
BK dives into the pit.
possibly
Katsia stays out.
yeah, BK is going to go on to the hards here for sure. Will be interesting to see where he comes out in relation to M1K. He's now right in the bus stop chicane. Ahead of him was Witjay, who went into the pits. Think he will still get DRS though. BK just coming out of that pit exit and is actually overcut
In
M1K.
front of M1K.
Wow.
Yeah, those mediums are just those mediums are just huge.
Yeah, I maybe I don't know if M1K got held up though. Like it could be the case because he did have to pass Rob's boy and ASAP Loggy. So Speedy Bullet and Katya still out there, still on those old 11 lap old medium tires. So we see some battling out here at the back. It's Razzle I think it's who's that? Mr. Bo and Gustavo battling it out for P15. It looks like they're the closest battle here, so we'll go on board with them. Going into Eau Rouge and Radion. Let's see if Serazzle can make the move. Going into Lacombe. Has that DRS open. Gustavo as well. Might be a double overtake on the Williams. Gustavo, three wide here. Oh, Serazzle goes a bit wide, but manages to hold on to P15. A good move there from the Kicksabber.
And Katsia stays out. I believe we will see a medium soft
Yep.
from
As
our leading driver right now.
Is it still worth the gamble though? Because M1K is slowly catching up to BK, I think. And if they can just DRS off of each other, especially M1K's tires right now are up to temperature, fast slab of the race. It could
Yeah.
be too much for Katya. It could take a few laps to catch up, and then at that point, probably the hardest is the better race tire. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. Let's see. Or it could just be the case where Katya is going a little bit longer on those mediums since they are the best race tire, and
Yeah.
trying to reduce the time on those hard tires. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. As we see a couple more drivers driving into the pits. Rob's Boy, Matthew Roach, and Tin Man the Rowdy. Let's see if Tin Man
Rob's
actually.
boy going onto the softs. Mm.
Huh, so early. That is surprising.
That is a long stint on the softs.
As we see, Tin Man the Rowdy is able to get that wing fixed. So he's now down in P14. Uh, this really puts a dent on his championship charge. He is P2, battling with Katya for that championship. Katya is maximizing their race, currently in P1. So it could be, a long race for our P2 challenger. I believe now BK has
Oh,
gotten his start.
Katsia diving into the pits now.
Ah, will be interesting to see where Katya comes out in relation to actually 2, 3, and 4.
I
Uh,
think she's gonna come out right behind M1K.
mhm.
Maybe a second behind him.
Yep, as we see BK going up through the bus stop. Not a fast lap, but still a good lap, I
Onto
think.
the softs for Katsia.
Whoa, that's
Very bold
bold.
strategy.
Bold. Actually, comes out right behind BK, splitting M1K and Katya. Sorry, M1K and BK. So that is interesting. If it, well, Katya is going to pull away. I think Katya is going to pull away for the next couple of laps.
Yeah,
It'll be
for
interesting to
sure.
see if BK and M1K can work together from then to actually catch up and beat Katya from that point on. And it would be great if BK can actually stick behind Katya at this point. Like, if
Yeah.
these two can stick behind, they'll win this. I think they're actually in a better position to win the race. But
If
that's
I were
just my
Katsia
opinion.
right now, I would just pedal to the metal, push as hard as I can,
Hmm.
and then work to manage that gap that I'm gonna create.
As we see,
Because if BK manages to stay in the DRS, it is going to be very difficult for Katsia.
yeah, for sure. As only 610 gap though, but we are in the middle sector. That's where the mechanical grip comes into play. And
You
if
know,
Kachi can get away, especially through these corners, and then probably through bus stop and what's that for Lasos, I think they have a good chance. But BK is just right behind. I think he's just using those that ERS to stick behind Katya for now. Let's see, BK has only
it's Matthew
25%,
Roach. Yeah,
but he is in that
he
DRS,
is gonna
which is
struggle.
crucial.
It is an 810 gap though, going out of turn one. Will Katsia be able to pull out before the DRS detection zone?
Oh, that's an interesting one. Maybe
I
not.
believe. Oh, I think BK still has it.
Yeah, but with the limited access to ERS that he has right now, I don't think he'll be able to keep up, especially in the middle
No, he
sector.
does not. He doesn't.
Yeah, I would if I were BK, I would just let M1K pass at this point.
Yeah, they need to work together
Yeah,
right now.
that is crucial. Like, I've seen a few races where, if somebody undercuts you or something like that, or, you have a gap, you need to work together at this point because if not, if you just battle it out, the leader is just gonna pull away. If you don't
Yeah.
have if you have DRS or not, it does not matter. The leader is just gonna pull away. As we see with Jay making up a position on Electric Entree. Electric Entree, I don't think it's pit. Let's see what his stops are. Yeah, he's the only driver to still be running on those 14 lap old medium tires. Also, it'd be interesting to see what Entree's tire wear is like. Uh, Probably give a good idea for everybody who's watching. 40% wear on the lefts, 34 on the rights. So yeah, probably a good lap to pit for him for possibly the softs. He is slipping and
Ooh.
sliding everywhere.
Got ASAP Logi, very aggressive going through the middle sector.
All over the back of Electric Entree, his teammate right behind ASAP Logi will be looking. Electric Entree will be looking to play a little bit of a team game with Paul and Hell maybe to get his teammate that position. As Paul and Hell goes wide and gets a 3-second time penalty. Will Electric Entree dive into the pits? Yes, goes into the pits finally. Our last of the drivers to pit. BK gets the move down on M1K for that P2, but that gap has opened up to 2.5 seconds though. And BK breaks so late into that corner, understeers wide, and loses a couple of tenths for sure. Not a lot of action going on here. Maybe VSC Paul and Hell and ASAP Logi can provide us with a couple of overtakes. Oh, actually, Rob's boy and McRib. Not sure why McRib is in the Red Bull though. McRib is a Williams driver. Sean Boy is actually not racing. I've just noticed that. BK's, right hand man usually. I would like to
He
call him.
walked into the wrong garage.
Yeah, maybe he did not select his car at the start of the race and he just got put into the Red Bull, which is going to be unfortunate because if you don't select your car, you might be in for a disqualification there. So, as BK now is actually slowly but surely catching up to Katya, I would say. 2.4 seconds. Constant gap, though, between the top two.
Yeah, but look at the battery difference between Katya and BK.
Hmm. Let's see here. Let's look at the battery life. BK, 28%. Katya still has good amount of ERS left. M1K, we can't see M1K's battery though. It will be interesting to see how that plays along. Plays.
I think Katya is just in full management mode right now. How
Mhm,
can I make these softs stay fast for as long as I can? Because that gap that's getting bigger every corner, it is going to come back down before the end of the race.
mhm. Yep.
So interesting
Still.
to see when the crossover is going to be for the hards and the softs.
Yep. Still about after the end of this lap, 6 laps to go. So I wouldn't discount M1K and BK off just yet, even though it's a 3-second gap at the moment. And it's especially crucial for the driver behind to save as much ERS as possible, and the driver ahead to kind of push a little bit, so that every time you overtake on the next lap, you can use that little bit of deployment to catch back up to the leader. As Mr. Bo gets a 3-second time penalty, with Jay and ASAP Logi still battling it out for P6. Paul and Hell also close, but with Jay without any penalties though. Sweens and Rob's boy going at it. Let's so Let's actually see their tire graphics. I can't actually see them, so unfortunate. Rob's boy hanging on to P9. Battle for the fringe points here.
Now, interesting to see, Devil. M1K's gap to Katya is pretty much stabilized.
Hmm.
Staying right under that 3 second window.
Yep. Now I think if BK can use that battery, that he's not exactly saved. He's down into 7%. You know, yeah. You have to save in the middle sector a little bit there, BK. And he keeps going wide, going into Lacombe there. So that's probably not helping bridge the gap to Katya. Katya's still in full management mode though, I think, going into lap 7, halfway through lap 17, I'd say. With Jay and uh, Paul and Hell making a move on ASAP Logi up into P6 and 7. ASAP Logi, interestingly, is on those softs. Paul and Hell on the hards and with Jay on those medium tires. Unfortunate race for Surazzle, though. He's down in P14. Usually he's fighting up at the front. An incident at the start of the race has, you know, deteriorated his progress in this race. I don't know if he has enough to fight for those fringe points as well. So unfortunate for him. Top two catching up. Safety car would make things interesting as we have some yellows. As Sweens has retired. Oh, as I say,
And with a
that
full
safety
course safety
car.
car.
Well, oh God, sorry, 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 not sorry. Oh well.
Oh. Now,
As
this is very bad for the top four because they just drove past the start finish line, the
they
pit entry.
they did pass the safety car though, so I think they should still come out ahead if they pit. Would be interesting to see what tires Katya chooses if she has another a set of soft tires available.
I think she
For
does.
yeah, BK and M1K definitely do. As Matthew Roach has also left the session. Not sure what happened to the Kick Sauber. I
Was it the V carb and the Sauber that came together?
no. Oh, maybe. I do not know actually. I thought Sweens actually spun on his own. Uh, uh, well, that's unfortunate. Well, actually, I forgot my safety car overlay, so we'll go on to this beautiful new graphic. All thanks to our P2 man, Mr. BK. We got some new sponsors as well. It's Trax VR. Make sure to check them out. They have some really cool merch if you haven't, looked in. They're, I think, a Canadian-based company, and they have a lot of F1 apparel, hoodies, uh, and flags, team merchandises, and stuff, and pretty good deals on them too. So make sure to check them out. Link to that is in the cost. Discord. If you're in the server, just go into League Partners and you'll find Trax VR. We have a bunch of other sponsors as well, Moza and Fanatec and a bunch more. So yeah, make sure to check out our partners. We have five more racers to go, or sorry, four more races to go after this, and then season 15. So join the Discord if you're not in. As the top three all pit, Katya. Let's actually look at the tires. Yep, zero lap
All
old,
softs.
zero lap old, soft. So maybe they went for that softer strategy there at the start of the race. Did
Yeah.
Katja. So yeah, safety car should probably be in if it can be pulled in this lap. It will be pulled in the next one. So we'll definitely have one lap of racing in the DRS. If you were Katya, would you want to be a leader at this point?
Um, that's an excellent
You
question.
right?
Yeah.
Like if I was BK or M1K, Speedy Bullet Hysteria, I would just hang back, especially BK and M1K. I would just hang back
And wait for
and
the final lap.
wait for the final lap because, well, you could play mind games, you know. You could let drivers use their ERS in the DRS zone and then use all of your ERS into going into the bus stop as well. A lot
Yeah,
of different strategies possible. So we're in for a fight, like really feisty couple of laps, I want to say. And incidents also possible. So McRib actually has not pitted. So he's on 9 lap old hard tires and in P6. So they're going to be vulnerable to say the least on the restart. So Razzle also not pitting. Maybe they'll pit on this lap to
that
get,
is going to be interesting.
yeah. But they will lose out on a bunch of positions though. Gustavo as well not pitting. 9 lap old hards. Krev Ham down in P15. I would just pit at this point, Krev, if I were you. Mr. Bo as well with 2 lap old softs. I would probably pit for a new one at the end.
Now, the top three all have two corner cut warnings, which means
Ooh,
the
that
next
is.
one is going to mean a 3-second penalty. So who is going to be able to keep it clean?
Hmm. Let's actually bring up the driver info. I don't know if I can bring up the race warnings though on my end. I still I still don't have some things configured. I'll figure it out, but you know, Katya started on P2, is now in P1. BK started on P3, gained a position up in P2. M1K started on pole in
The
third.
hard runner staying out.
Hmm,
That is going to be interesting.
yeah. Yeah, pretty much I would say these guys at the top, top five, unless McRib becomes like a roadblock, Wood J and ASAP Locky may fight, but if McRib is the roadblock, then it's going to be battle between these top five for that win, I would say. And
You mean
podium's
a
still up for grabs, I think. Like, the
you mean a
top three
rib
might
block?
not even be in the podium at the end of this one. So, you don't know what's going to happen. So,
That is true.
yeah, we're in. Let me disable that tire graphic since we know what the drivers are going to be on. Uh,
I believe we will have at least two racing laps.
hmm Yep. And it's the last lap is going to be in the DRS because now DRS is enabled after 1 lap, so that could definitely spice things up. We see, is there a somebody leave the session or something? I saw somebody ghosted on here. Uh, Rob's boy is ghosted. Is he in the session though? Not sure. If he is using AI, you can't if you get reported, so yeah. Hopefully he's still in the session. He has damage though, I think. Yeah, he's missing some part of his right end plate, unfortunately.
Now, Devo, if you were in Katya's shoes, what would you do? Knowing there is going to be, and the safety car is going to come in this lap, knowing there's going to be two racing laps, do you try to pull away when DRS is disabled, hope that you can get out of that 1 second window, or do you play some games and keep it for the last lap?
That's an interesting one because, well, it depends on the pace difference. I think if was in Kachi's position, I know BK and M1K probably have the same pace that I do. So if they were to overtake me going into the final lap, I would let one driver overtake maybe, you know, so that I'm
Hmm.
P2, something like that. Uh, yeah, it's all, mind games at this point, with 2 laps to go. As let's see when Katya goes. Yep, Katya is away. BK right on the heels of Katya. M1K actually getting a slow start. Both
Yeah.
M1K and Speedy Bullet teammates in 3 and 4. Oh, ASAP Loggy having a moment is on the gravel. is able to join back in P10. This is interesting though. BK is only 210 gap, and there's a big gap to M1K. So maybe if I were BK, I would stay back, you know. And I think that's what BK is
I
gonna
think
do
that's
here.
exactly what he's doing. Yeah.
Yep. And yep, with J, it is actually has passed McRib, is up to P6. Unfortunate for Rob's boy, he's dropped out of the session again. With the lap to go, I don't think there's anything that can be done, even if he joins back. Speedy Bullet and M1K though, super close. Is Speedy Bullet is M1K being a blocker here for his teammate? Hysteria also on the heels of the top four.
Everybody's on full batteries right now. They're waiting for the final lap, the final shoot down.
Hmm. Yep, it's going to be close. Katya slowly pulling away a 610 gap here, but BK is catching up. Oh, sorry about that. But he is conserving though, BK right now. So, and he
To
won't lose.
M1K.
Oh,
Yeah,
Katya, 3 seconds. Oh, that is race over or
that
victory
is going to
gone.
be painful.
Now BK is just has to keep the car between the white lines, and he gets the win because there's
Looks like
enough gap.
M1K is struggling right now. He is out of the 1 second window.
Huh.
On for
Yeah,
a brief moment there.
out again. Yep, I think he's going to be passed by his teammate. But let's look at the battle for the lead here. 6 tenths, under 6 tenths right now, or just 6 tenths under BK with that DRS open. Does Katya have enough? Let's look
I
at
think
that.
Kessa's going to be able to stay ahead. Yeah.
BK has no ERS left though, and both actually top two does not have any ERS left. And yeah, top four pretty much on low ERS mode at the moment. Can BK do anything about it? Or is he just going to be like, I got the win. I'm going to let you go? Because it's
Uh,
1.2 seconds gap right now. And M1K is actually catching up to BK.
Maybe they will fight here. It's going to give Katya the chance to pull away. Stay tuned, folks.
Hysteria, not too far off, though. Hysteria could be challenging for that podium position if they can
Katya.
get
Yeah,
1.8
sorry, go
seconds,
ahead.
though. Yeah.
Katya just pumping out those qualifying laps right now.
Yeah, but BK is closing in. Maybe BK has a little bit more straight line speed than Katya, though. Maybe. That's just
I
still an
believe he
assumption.
does.
But as we go through the bus stop chicane for the final time, Katya is going to be a race winner on track. But it is going to be the Red Bull of BK to grab that win. M1K in P2, Speedy Bullet in P3. Hysteria, unfortunately, is out of the podium positions in P5 with J6, Pollen held 7. Tin Man actually jumping everybody to P7. Great recovery from him. ASAP Logi in 10th. Entree 11. And I couldn't grab the rest. We'll grab it later. Fun race, especially with that safety car right at the end there. BK, your winner. And, yep, we're playing dashing cars here at the back. As BK steps onto the top step of the podium, sandwiched between the two Alpines of M1K and Speedy Bullet. BK, your race winner here in Spa for AM3 Season 14. Pops the champagne, celebrates with his engineer. Looks like Adrian Newey, though. So, very similar to Adrian Newey, who's now in Aston Martin. Oh, what did you think about that race, Kai?
I
Oh,
think that safety car at the end.
yep.
Katsian must not like the safety car.
Yeah, for sure. But we'll go through the final standings here. BK, your race winner here in Spa-Francorchamps. M1K in P2, Speedy Bullet in P3. Katja, your on-track winner in P4. Hysteria in 5, with J in 6. Tin Man, great recovery from him, P7. McRib in 8. Paul and Hell in 9. ASAP Logi finishing out the top 10. Entree 11, Gustavo 12, Srazzle 13, Mr. Bo 14, Kreb 15, Rob's Boy 16, Swain 17, and Matthew Roach 18. Your two non-finishers were Swains and Matthew Roach. So for anybody who bet on the cost points, under 4.5 was the winner. So congratulations on all the cost points you're going to win at the end of this race. That was a fantastic finish. Let's see if we can get these guys in the booth here. It was. Let me invite these guys. It was BK, M1K, and Speedy Bullet. I can't. I can never get his name. Like I can't never invite him. So I'm just gonna open up the VC. So hopefully he'll join. We'll just move on to the interview screen, folks. Bear with me for a few minutes as we wait for the drivers to head back. All right, let's see here. Post-race interviews. I hope you got some good questions there, Kai, to ask these drivers.
Working on it.
Well, let's see. We got in the boat. We got BK. BK, how you doing, man?
Good, bro. Let's
Let's
go,
go.
the boys.
Yeah, let's go.
We'll wait on Speedy and M1K, see if they want to join. We'll give them a few minutes. Oh, unfortunately, M1K can't join because his microphone died. Unfortunate. We'll see if Speedy Bullet joins. Yeah, I think we can get started. We'll wait for Speedy Bullet if he does decide to join. But we got in the booth. BK, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing awesome, man.
Well, love the energy, dude.
Just won the race. Let's go.
Well, let's
You must feel
go.
amazing right now.
Yeah, just talk us through how that race went. Let's start with qualifying. I probably might have jinxed you because, well, I think I've become the resident booth jinxer, whatever you want to call it. Every time I say, yeah, this person is gonna do this, yeah, it just goes haywire. I thought you were gonna get pole position. You didn't. Unfortunately, you spun in the last corner. I thought 2 seconds before Sween's DNF'd, I said safety car could really help, and then Sween's DNF'd. So apologies to everybody, but that worked out well for you though. So talk us through that qualifying first, and then we'll go into the race.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised to start out qualifying the way I did, but I was like, I guess I was just feeling it as soon as we got in. And yeah, the last run I was up probably 3/10, did all the hard work, just the chicane, and I managed to lock up in there, which I did quite a few times tonight. I don't know if you noticed that, but
Yeah.
that's a tricky track on no assist. It's a long track, so it's hard to get right, and
hmm
just made one of my many mistakes tonight on that lap, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think I noticed that especially going through Lacombe, I think at the end of that Kemmel Straight, where you always used to run wide there. I think you were locking up quite a bit, if I'm not mistaken, going into that corner. Is that right?
Just braking too late. I wasn't really locking up. I just
Oh, okay.
was trying to keep the yeah. At that point, that's when Katia had pulled the slick strategy call on us,
Mhm.
and I was like, oh man, there's no way I'm beating this straight up. So I called upon M1K to trade the DRS, and then I continually ruined it for us. So yeah, by going deep into that corner. So I tried my best. I think
Mhm.
we could have caught her if I didn't make those mistakes and it stayed green. But
Mhm.
man, she was on another one tonight. So
Yeah.
lucky that she got a penalty. I think
Mhm.
at the end, I kind of was trying to set it up for the last lap so I could go for the DRS. But as soon as I saw her get the penalty, I kind of let off a bit and just
Mhm.
made sure I didn't die. So almost a little bit too much. The guys behind were catching pretty quick, and I got a little
Mhm.
scared at the end. But it all worked out.
Yeah, for sure. I think, yeah, me and Kai here were debating what's the mindset going into that last couple of laps because, with the format change in the new game, in real life as well, where DRS is now enabled after one lap. Uh, you know, did you think, okay, first lap, I'm just gonna keep Katya ahead of me and keep the rest behind, and then go for it in the last lap? Or were you too far behind in on the safety car in lap or lap 21, whatever, and you couldn't just make the move? What was your mindset going into the final two laps?
No, the final lap, I knew I didn't want to be ahead going down the DRS straight, so
Hmm.
I was okay with sitting back and just using the ERS where I needed to, and just trying to save as much as I could for when I would need it eventually. But yeah, I think as soon as I let off to after they got a penalty, I made a mistake, and then yeah, that made it a lot harder to even. I still wanted to try to overtake on track, but I didn't want to take any risks at that point. So
Hmm.
yeah, once I made that mistake, it was like okay, yeah, just reel it home here. Let's just
Hmm. Yep. And also, when Katya pulled that strategy on you, were you surprised that you didn't have a big enough undercut? Because Katya actually came out right behind you. Actually, both, I think you pulled an overcut on M1K, which I thought was surprising. And Katya actually was just right behind you. So, was it just the case of the hards not getting up to temperature real quick? Or is it mistakes? What was it?
Yeah, it was just mistakes. Right when I think I would have got ahead of her, like, and had a maybe like a second and a half gap, with like without having to worry about the DRS as soon as they came out of the pits. But I made a mistake on La Source right when they were
Hmm.
coming out of the pits, so I was actually in the gravel for a half second and
Hmm.
managed to still get ahead, but I was a sitting duck with the DRS behind me and the
Hmm.
soft tires. I still had a little sniff going down the hill at the end of sector one,
Hmm.
but I had a little bit warmer tires. But no, yeah, I was a little bit surprised by that. Yeah, that's true that the undercut didn't quite work out tonight, but
Hmm.
it also the overcut worked for me as well, so I can't really complain that uh,
Yeah.
in that case. So yeah,
Yeah. Well, I don't think anybody else is joining, so I'm gonna ask you more questions. Why not?
oh
Uh,
god, okay.
did you ever think that, Katya pulled that strategy on you guys going on to the softs? Did you think, you would be able to catch up to Katya when you were working with M1K? I know you said, you made a couple of mistakes, but were you and M1K at least trying to work together at that point, or was it like actually
Yeah.
battling it out there on track?
No, we were trying to work together, but yeah, I just made a couple mistakes. I think we might have been able to catch. It was a tough ask, and but
Hmm.
the longer the laps went, the more we were like keeping it down towards 2 seconds. It was going towards three at some points, but
Yeah.
yeah, honestly, I think Katia has one of the best ERS managements I've seen. Obviously, I haven't raced too many people on this game, but
Hmm.
their ERS management is unbelievable. It's just like clockwork, always off at the same point, always back on at the same point, and just so efficient. So I think that's what really helped her in that soft stint, just to
Hmm.
keep ahead of us as long as well and make that gap that like she did. But
Hmm.
I was pretty confident that after I don't know how many laps she had, but I was looking up and the gap was coming down and there were 7 laps left, and I was like, I'm pretty sure we can catch her if I just stop
Hmm.
making mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at the end, it all worked out. So I guess that, that
yeah,
everything else doesn't matter. I guess.
yeah,
Kai, did you have any questions for our race winner?
Mm, no, you pretty much. Actually,
yeah.
actually, might have. Yeah, go ahead, BK.
I was gonna say he bombarded me. I should be surprised if there's anything left, but yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. He pretty much touched on what I wanted to ask you, but I want to ask you when you were in the train, like the three-man train in the first stint. What was your walk us through your thought process? Like you knew the other drivers were on the same strategy as you for the first stint. Was it always the plan to go to the hards? Did you consider any other strategy? What was the thought process like? Did you like try to find a way to maybe, uh, I don't know, outplay the other two drivers? Talk us through it.
Yeah, the plan at the start was to try to. I mean, I like being in the lead, so obviously having some clean air would have been nice. But I tried to do that. Wasn't very possible. So once made another mistake and M1K got ahead of me, I kind of was third in that pack for a bit, and I was just trying to manage. They were actually pretty quick in that stint, so I was just trying to keep up as good as I could. But yeah, at that point, I was thinking like if I stay third in a stint, once it gets to lap 9 or what. Honestly, I was gonna pull the same strategy that M1K pulled on Kadia and us and try to undercut. I'm kind of glad that I didn't try to do that. I covered him off one lap later. So, yeah, that was the plan. And I, like, fortunately or unfortunately, got in front of MOK right when I was going to do that. So I was like, well, I kind of had the advantage of no one being involved with me at that point. And if I go on now, then MOK can follow. So I just decided to keep going. And sure enough, keep holding the same strategy that I was going to do. So, yeah. At that point, it was just try to cover off and maintain the position that I can, so I can undercut Katia. I know they didn't go in the pit, so I was like, maybe at least M1K and I can work together and maybe DRS off each other to pull up a bit of a gap here. But luckily, yeah, got the overcut and still met up with M1K later. But yeah, no, it ended up working out the strategy.
Yeah, I think when you came out of the pits, you were about a second ahead of M1K. But I didn't feel like you guys wanted to work together. Like you wanted to keep him out of that DRS window.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That was, yeah, definitely. And then once I saw Katia get ahead, that plan went out the window. I just shut off my ERS down the straight, and
let him close.
M1K had the DRS at that point. They'd closed in within a second, so they just flew past, and I was trying to do some leapfrog with him, and yeah, it just, you gotta make friends quickly when you realize that, man, this isn't gonna work. Hey, this Alpine looks friendly.
It's a secret handshake in the paddocks after the race. Maybe
exactly.
Like, tap him up after the race.
Exactly. Yeah. May or may not be some cash involved in those handshakes.
Well, glad it worked out for you. Congrats on the win once again.
Yeah, thanks, guys, and congrats to the other two on the podium, and thanks so much for the commentary as well. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, BK. Congratulations again. I don't think we have who finished number M1K and Speedy Bullet joining us today. So I guess that is it for tonight, folks. We'll catch you tomorrow. EU2 first up at 9 p.m. UK. I believe it's 4 p.m. Eastern, and then AM2 9 p.m. Eastern. 2 a.m. UK, I want to say. Also, I think Thursday is going to be AM1 and EU1 same time, so make sure you tune into that. Make sure to follow us on Twitch. Make sure to join the community. Exclamation mark Discord in the chat to get a link. We saw some great racing here tonight, so come in, be a part of that action. Yeah, we have multiple tiers. We can accommodate your pace very easily. So yeah, join up. A simple pace test will get you a seat, and you're good to go. So yeah, make sure to join the community. We're also going to be starting possibly in the next few weeks a 100% tier, which is going to be on the weekends, similar to if you guys have seen the Ironman League from the esport drivers and stuff. So it's going to be something similar to that. So make sure to join if you want to do a 100% race and not any of these 50% races. So, plenty of action happening on track, plenty of tiers, plenty of different formats. So yeah, there's something for everybody here. So make sure to join. And with that said, from Formula Kai, any final thoughts before we head out?
No, we pretty much touched on everything I wanted to say.
Awesome. Well, from Formula Kai and myself, I will see you next week in AM3 at, where is it? Hungary. Until then, have a good night.
Skate girl tonight. I just wanna see you dance. 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 That shit.